Hello everyone, and welcome back to 4KB Shorts, the Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program with Kerbal Space Adventures. Many things change when you happen to be away, and during the time that Lothvar and M9, was it M919? M9, I'll just go ahead and go with M9. When Lothvar and M9 are out there on Minmus trying their very best to get a functional space station or space launch platform up and running, the guys down here at the KSC were doing all sorts of weird stuff, including construction of buildings, changing things around, and adding and subtracting technologies. And so because of that, we have come to a new and different space station, or Kerbal Space Command. And strangely enough, their changes here also affected the rest of the universe. All of our Kerbals have returned home, all of our space stations and everything have been junked, so now we start again from the very beginning. Our mission goal remains the same, however, is to finally get over to Duna and land a base and hang out and be happy. Except one very important thing. It's going to be a lot harder to do now, in some ways, and a lot easier to do in other ways. And we will expound those ways as we go forth into science and stuff. But in order to start, I guess the best place to start is at the beginning. So, again, we're going to go ahead and start with a cupola module, and you guys already know what I'm going to build, but while I build it, I will talk to you guys a little bit about the future of Kerbal Space Program, because it's always super duper important that you guys know exactly what is planned for the future of Kerbal Space Program. So as I said, we will be continuing our... bugs aside. We will be continuing our attempt to get to Minmus, to get to Duna, and perform all sorts of wonderful science stuff. But in order to do that, we will have to contend with things such as no kethane mod. I know, right? Yeah, no kethane mod. We will not be using kethane. Along with that, we will have an additional mod, the remote tech mod. I know you guys have constantly been telling me, KB, try the remote tech mod. It's so wonderful. You need to do it. You need to get it done. You need to do that thing. And I think to myself, I can't do that thing, because if I do that thing, it will be difficult and hard and scary and everything else. And well, I've been trying it. I've been fiddling with it, and it turns out it's a little bit. It's fun. It's fun. I'll give you that. And with the magic of modern technology, I'm able to cut out any of the boring things. Now, there are a couple other things. This is not going to be career mode. I know a lot of you are saying, well, do career mode, do career mode. Career mode is not... let me put it this way. Career mode is fun. Career mode is fun, but career mode is not what I like to think about when I'm doing Kerbal Space Program, because I want to make a goal, and I want to set a goal and go forth and perform that goal, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. But with career mode, it kind of sets the goal for you. And although it's been exceptionally balanced, really well for 0.23, it still is lacking the ability to make it fun, like challenging for more than just say a few flights, really. I mean, unless you purposefully limit yourself. It also, since I'm using you guys are my crew. I mean, if you check out our crew list here, you guys are my crew. I even took Bill, Jeb, and Bob out. It is you guys. You guys are my crew. I will be, if I did career mode, many of you would end up dead. Very dead. Very dead. And so because of that, I am not I won't say I'm not comfortable with it, but I don't think you guys would enjoy career mode that much. Additionally, I have been streaming, live streaming over on Twitch. Now you guys would be like, oh, KB, what's your channel? I don't stream on my channel. I stream on KSP TV. That's, I don't know if you can spell that any better, but it's KSP TV. And I stream every Saturday. It's my scheduled time to stream every Saturday. And I know a lot of my viewers, a lot of my new viewers have come from there, but I don't know if a lot of my old viewers know that exists. And it does. I wanted to give you guys a heads up on that, because that is actually where I'm doing 0.23 career mode. I'm actually running a career mode stream over there with remote tech and with all these little... Basically, it has all the same parts here, minus 1 or 2 different parts, and it has the limitations of career mode. So it makes it a little bit different, a little bit more fun, a little bit more challenging. But at the same time, I still have to limit myself, because I could easily go from Kerbin to the moon to Minmus to Duna to blah 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 blah, and just wipe out career mode and be like, okay guys, it's done, now what? So it gives that, being a streamer over there gives me a little bit more time to work, I guess you could say, to work with the parts and pieces. But over here, we're still going to be sticking to sandbox, not career, to sandbox mode in order to maintain our current level of enjoyment and flexibility, really. Lots of flexibility. And so I just wanted to let you guys know. So again, if you guys were curious, if you guys are like, KB, where have you been? Why is your stream? Why are your videos delayed all the time? What's going on? It is because I spend a lot of my time, well, once every weekend, at least. I keep doing that. That's not what I want to do. Once every weekend, that's what I want to do. Over on KSP TV, doing a stream of 0.23 career mode. And I hope you guys, you know, anybody who likes Twitch, anyone who watches Twitch and is curious, please head on over there and check it out. Absolutely, head on over there and check it out and follow the channel. And I'm not the only streamer. There's lots of other streamers there. I don't know if you guys know who they are. There's Coffee and Tahood Left-Handed and Shimmy the JJ and Spooty Man. I'm pretty sure most of you probably know Spooty Man. As well as Tanuki Chow, who's a new streamer there, and The Lobster, and we all stream over there on KSP TV. We all have scheduled times and everything, and so I do a lot of KSP over there. So I want to keep the two different shows, because they are technically shows. I want to keep the two different shows separate, and that is super duper important to me to keep those two different shows separate. So because of that, we are doing only sandbox here, but I promise I will keep it just as fun and fantastical as it has always been. We will strive for very, very, very fun and or difficult goals, and hopefully we'll be able to make it. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that kind of a heads up and kind of go for a shameless plug a little bit for those of you who may watch me here and love my Kerbal Space Program or Kerbal Space Adventures, but did not know that I am available elsewhere once a weekend, believe it or not. Now you will see some parts in here from Kethane. Just so you know, Kethane is not installed. The mod for Kethane is installed, but Kethane itself is not installed. I made that as an actual choice, as a personal choice, because I want to make the game a little bit more difficult by not making it to where when we fly someplace, all we have to do is drill a hole, and we suddenly magically have Kethane, you know, or fuel, or oxygen, or whatever else, because we are using a life support system. We're not using Ion Cross anymore. We are using TAC life support, and I was just having a thought, but that thought just went away. Yeah, we're using TAC life support. So there's going to be lots of refueling stuff. We're actually going to have to maintain our things. We're not just going to have to build them and then wander off. And I'm looking for something specific here, and I think, yeah, it's this. This is what I'm looking for. I'm like, what is the thing I'm looking for? So yes, absolutely, we will be using the. Okay, this is going to be a little bit odd because of where it's located, but that's okay. All right, so it's a little, it got a little bit of a clipping issue here. I don't think there's any way to fix that, make it look pretty. I'm not technically, no matter where I put it, it's going to have kind of a clipping issue, I think. Yeah, I mean, unless I like put it up under here somewhere, but I don't really want to. No real reason to. Yeah, we'll put it right here on the front. It's fine, like right here on the front. Oh, wait, I can do that. I can, see? No, not vertical snap. Yeah, vertical snap disabled, enabled. Sorry, it's that right there. Okay, I can kind of get it to work a little bit better if I do it like this. And maybe I should turn it sideways. You think? Let's turn it sideways. Not that sideways. Not that sideways either. There we go. And can I get it to work a little bit better? Okay, yeah. So it's only going to work a little bit. It's not going to work great. So there it is. It's going to be a little bit of a clipping issue, but that's okay. I kind of like it there. Nice little black box with this little cords going in. Looks really nice. Alright, so we're going to add a few more lights to this little guy. Omni lights, white, those are the big ones. Green, red, white. Is this a small one? Small ones, okay, here's the small ones. And I think, no, we're still at 90, I want 15. I think what we'll do, why is that weird like that? That should not be weird like that. Oh, there we go, that's better. That was really weird. Like so. Bam. Alright, so we're just going to put a few lights here and there, because I do like putting lights here and there. Makes the whole thing look a little bit more fun. Let's go ahead and use a green Omni light. I've not really used the green Omni lights very much. I want 90, 45 maybe? Where is it? 30 maybe? Oop, I lost it again. Oh, that's 90 again. Again 90. 15 is not where I want it. 30 perhaps? Ugh, it really doesn't like this module. It's got, because the collision is right there, but it's got this little buffer on it. So okay, it looks like we're not going to be able to do that. So the lights we have right here should be fine, I hope. They're not super great lights, and this down here is just a temporary module in order to have power for the launch. I do want to put MechJeb on there really quick just to see how much it weighs. 10 tons. Alright, 10 tons. Now because of all the things that we want to do, all the things that we want to do with all the parts that we've acquired over the whatever. We are starting out with a space station that is, of course, going to be put in over Kerbin, as it was previously. But there's going to be a few changes to what goes on it. I am using this very basic station core design that I've used several times before because it's not very laggy, it works really well, and it's actually kind of pretty. And you guys, I hope you guys agree with me, because I agree with me, and I think it's awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and get an asparagus system under this that we can get it up into the atmosphere. I will see you guys out there on the launch pad, and then I will expound a few extra items that I have to stick on here in order to get it to work 100%. Actually, I can go ahead and do that right now while you guys are sitting here. Now that I'm remembering that I need to put them on there. So as you guys can see, we have remote tech. Remote tech, that's right, we have remote tech. And remote tech, of course, makes the game a little bit harder. We're going to use the Communitron 32s, I think. Now these are passive. This is a passive antenna. And I could put 2 on. I think we'll put 2 on just for symmetry purposes. I don't like having 2 activated because the more antennas you have activated, the higher potential chance it will go bleh. We also have some other Communitron stuff here, but for now, we're just going to keep these 2 little Communitrons on because they go up to, what is it again? 5 million meters. 5 million meters. These ones go up to 500,000 meters. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and take these little guys right here. And we're going to use these as temporary launchers. The reason for this is because the antennas, when deployed, not these antennas specifically, but when antennas are deployed, yeah, we'll just put 1 on there, they tend to break in atmosphere. Like if we were to extend these antennas, they would break in the atmosphere, and that's a bad thing. So we want to wait until we get up into orbit. So what we can do is we can use these guys as little, these ones are 500 meters? Yeah, 500 kilometers, which basically allows you to get out of Kerbin's atmosphere to where your other antennas will function more properly. You can then activate those antennas and then fly using those antennas without having to worry about your vessel breaking. You still have to worry about the curvature of Kerbin, so if you go on the opposite, or if you go off the curvature of Kerbin and lose contact with the KSC, you do still have that issue, but if you're very, 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 very good, you can do a couple of things to make it work properly. So I'm going to go ahead and see you guys out there on the launch pad. This is going to be an unmanned flight initially, just for safety purposes, and just to get this up into the atmosphere, or up into orbit, and then from there we're going to start launching things to stick on it. And if you guys want, of course, I'm not sure if we'll get crew into it in this particular episode, but in the next episode, depending, if you guys would like to volunteer to become crew members of the, well, I'm not sure what we're going to call this, KSA. I'll think of a name once we get outside, and maybe we'll even vote to change the name. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get a rocket under this, and then I will see you guys out on the launch pad. So I will see you there. Alright everybody, here we are out on the launch pad. We are set up and ready to go with a medium style lifter. If you check up here in the corner, we have our D+ for the remote tech. So this tells us our delay, our signal delay. We do have an antenna down here in order to get up into upper atmosphere, but once we get there, we do have to deploy the larger antennas, or we may have a problem. From here, we are going to a north-south orbit rather than an east-west. So let's just go ahead and throttle up, and then see if we can get this thing off the ground. A very tall rocket. I need to zoom out, see if we can get this thing off the ground. So here we go. Alright, there it is. So not a huge amount of lift, but should be more than enough. I'm not using Ferrum Aerospace Research on this one, you guys. The reason for that is because I find that you can build much more fun-looking rockets designs without it. Ferrum Aerospace has a tendency to be very unkind to rockets that have non-aerodynamic designs when you try to turn to do your orbital burn, and so that becomes a really big issue. But we should be just fine getting up there. Now we're not going to do a lot of unmanned launches. This one is a very specific. There's actually several very specific reasons we're doing unmanned on this one. Not the least of which is because I was not able to turn off permadeath, and so because of that, well, actually, I think I can do that right here. Right? Let's take a look. Okay, I can't do it here. But I can do it from within the game using the crew manifest system. So yeah, I will have to do that, and then yeah, so that's why we're not doing a manned launch per se. That and the fact that I don't think the core itself, it's not really set up for a manned launch. Whoa, heavy rockets, heavy rockets, heavy. She wants to flip over. Okay, well, feel free to flip over. Yeah, see, things like that tend to go wrong as well. Let's go ahead and throttle up a little bit. And just, there we go. Alright, so that wasn't perfect by any means, but I think we got it okay. Just can't tilt over as far as I thought we could. Let's get rid of those. Perfect. Nothing like a victory flip on the way up. Nothing like a victory flip on the way up. Plus, until I can figure out a way to do a decent abort system within a launch, I don't think I'm going... well, we're going to do manned flights, absolutely, just like we were before. I'm not going to not do it, and if anything bad happens to you guys, well, that's what you signed up for, right? The thing is with this is that I'm not concerned with it, but I really would like to try to find a way to get a good emergency, to use the abort button, basically, so that we can say, oh, crap's getting real, and we can just abort. But up until now, I have not been able to figure out a way to do that decently, and it's kind of unfortunate because it is a really wonderful system that they implemented, but that I can't actually use. Alright, 70. We're going to go up a little bit higher than 70. I think 75 should be fine. So we're going to go to about 75. And again, this is going to be a very, very low orbit space station. We're not going to do super high orbit. There's no reason to. 70 kilometers is perfectly fine. I have been told in the past that 60 kilometers is also perfectly fine, or 65. There's like an exact number, 65.5 something or 67.5 something. But the closer you get to the exact number, the more likely you are to skim the atmosphere and come crashing back down eventually. And since we don't want to do that, we are going to not do that. Now the thing here again is I do have to ignite our antenna here. I have to activate at least one of them. Alright, so the antenna is now activated, which is great. That means that we can communicate for much further than our initial 500 kilometers. We can now communicate up to 5 million meters, as long as we keep the KSC in our line of sight. That's the thing. As you can see, our D plus is going up very slowly. That D plus basically states that if we go outside, or the farther we go away from the KSC, the longer it takes for our vessel to react. Very close to Kerbin, and around the moon and Minmus and things like that, that's not a big deal. But when you get way far out there, ooh, stuff starts to get real. And I know that you can turn that off, but one of the things about remote tech that I was really concerned with, and that for realism, I guess realism's sake, quick save just in case, realism's sake was that I wanted absolutely to keep that on. And I wasn't sure as my skills could cope with such an event. It was really my problem. So we're gonna have to do this fast though, because we have to. I have to fix our eccentricity, very gently fix our eccentricity. It's not a very eccentric orbit, but I would like to. Ugh, we're very wobbly though. That's starting to become an issue. Let's use our T. There you go. Yeah, I'm trying to fix our eccentricity, but it's not really working. We should have more. We should have just enough to get into orbit without too much difficulty, provided I didn't mess up too badly. And okay, and this little itty bitty one doesn't have a lot of thrust to it, but it should get us to exactly where we want to go, and that's good because that means we don't have any space debris right now. That's actually going to crash back down into the planet without any kind of questions or consequence. All right, so we're about to get into orbit. 30,000 meters, it says. Okay, 40, 50. Oh wait, that's not the right way, is it? Where are we? I don't think I have to check our map. Oh, I don't have to check our map, but I know what I have to do. We have to get into a semi-eccentric orbit here, because we need at least, there we go, 70 kilometers. Okay, we're at 70 by 84, which isn't horrendous, but we are about to lose contact with the KSC. We're about to go over the edge. So if you watch, the camera is not really working for me. There you go, free camera. So we are now in orbit. We're at 84 by 70. It's not a circularized orbit, but until we can get a Kerbal up here to fly this manually, we can't get into a circularized orbit, because in a couple of seconds here, as soon as the KSC goes over the horizon, what we're going to end up with is we're going to lose our connection. And that should be pretty quick here, actually. I would assume. I don't want to check my map. That's the thing. I don't want to check my map because I haven't checked the map this whole time. I've been avoiding touching the map screen. I guess we could just fast forward time a little bit, and I guess it's the same inclination. There it is. No connection. So what that means is, what no connection means is, now that we're up here in space, wow, our rocket appears to have suddenly decided to act funny. Okay, so it looks like it has a bit of an SAS control issue, but as you can see, we can't control it. We can't do anything with it. Not sure what's causing that massive torque that we're seeing there, but it may be something to do with the SAS being on when it lost connection. Doesn't look like it's affecting its orbit too much, so we're not too concerned with that, but it may become an issue when we come back up here with stuff. It may also be a bug, I don't know. It's hard to tell at this point, but so it's up here, we're up here, it's functional for the most part, but we are probably going to have to wait till we get to the other side of the planet in order to intercept with it. Now, to do that, we need a couple of things, and I guess we can just try to figure out which... I'm kind of looking at it here, trying to figure out what our next module should be, because we're going to need power. And along with power, we're going to need food, like food, water, and electricity, because we're using TAC life support. And from that, we are going to need a couple of very specific modules, which I'm kind of hiding. I'm kind of keeping that hidden. Those modules are going to be kind of super secret for now. But we do need water and electricity. Those are our two biggest things. And I guess we can go back to the VAB and try to design a couple of those. And we'll see how that works. So I will see you guys back inside the VAB. And we'll design a module. And hopefully this problem won't persist for too much longer. I hope. Or at least once we get a Kerbal up here, hopefully it'll fix the problem. But I will see you guys back at the VAB. Alright everyone, here we are back at the VAB. Now, I was doing a mock-up for the life pod module, or basically the life support module, that we were going to send up when I had a moment of clarity appear. And what you may see here, you may see something, you're like, what is that, KB? I don't understand. All this whole horrific thing is really to put this on the station. And I know it doesn't look like much, this teeny tiny thing here at the top with these 4 clamps. Doesn't look like much at all, but it is something super duper 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 awesome, or at least I hope it's something super awesome. I know that docking clamps don't really like being put into like 4 pieces like this. I'm hoping that it will fix itself upon launch and make sure that all of these are connected accordingly. I will probably be testing that off camera to make sure. But basically this is going to be a module, and it's going to be a modular module. As you can see, it's a rod mod. That's an inside joke name, basically. I'm just naming everything right now. I'm just naming it for its functionality, and I think what we'll do is once it's all put together, we'll come up with one big whole name for the whole thing, and that way it'll just be better. But as you can see, it is going to be a manned launch. We are indeed going to have a Kerbal on board, and it looks like these are not honestly needed, believe it or not. Now that I think about it, let's go ahead and take those. Well, we'll not take them away, but we'll move them up. Anyway, we are going to have this be a manned launch, absolutely a manned launch, and I guess we can just choose our Kerbal now and get him out on the launch pad. Now I do want to choose someone who I haven't chosen 100 million times before, and I'm pretty sure I've been doing a pretty okay job. Now Dookie Holiday has taken the position of Jebediah, not in his whole I'm as cool as Jeb way, but in his I'm at the top of the list, so I want to be the first in the boat. So let's go ahead and look around a little bit. Now I added everybody I possibly could from the original list, plus those who have asked. If for whatever reason you don't see yourself down here or on the list or anything like that, please, and I know I'm scrolling through it rather fast, but please, please, please give me a heads up. Say, hey KB, I asked if I could be on your roster. You didn't put me on there. Here's the name I'd like. Of course, always please keep it polite. And because I use Kerbal, the crew manifest to do it, please don't request courage and stupidity levels. I do not put them in. Crew manifest selects those randomly. It generates them randomly. So each one of these is generated randomly. So I'm trying to think of some people who I haven't taken before, and I know that Harvey was a very recent candidate here on Kerbal Space Adventure. So everybody say hello to Harvey. And I think we'll take Harvey up. Now Harvey, I do apologize, sir, if you die, this will be it. But hey, that's what you signed up for. That is indeed what you signed up for. So yeah, we're going to try to get this little guy up into the big black. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to add now that I think about it. One very, very, very important thing that I wanted to add. Because I know that our space station keeps flipping out. It's like flipping around really bad. I'd like to see if I don't know if this will work. This will work for the way remote tech works. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a couple of these on here, and these are just the passive relay antennas. And I'm wondering if maybe the Kerbal, Mr. Harvey, in this pod will be able to stabilize or at least partially control the space station once we get up there. If not, we'll figure out what we need to do when we get up there. But again, I just wanted to show this to you guys. I didn't want to take the time to build it because I do want to get this thing up there. And I know it's a big thing for just this little tiny thing, but this little tiny thing is going to expand our world like you would not believe, as we may say. So, let me go ahead and get Harvey back in there because I'm pretty sure Dookie, yup. See? Dookie Holiday, man, he's taking the position right there of Jebediah. Gonna just jump on in there and do his thing. Well, now I gotta find So many of you, there are so many of you who are happy to volunteer your lives and your safety to me, and that's probably a really bad idea. Okay, well, I'm not finding Harvey right now. I'm sure he's on here somewhere. I just gotta find him, and I don't really want to waste more of you guys' time with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna launch, and then I'll put Harvey in from the outside because we can do that now. And I will see you guys out there on the launch pad with Harvey in the cockpit, and everybody ready to go. So I will see you guys there. Alright everybody, here we are on the launch pad. T. Harvey is in control and in charge. I even have an abort button set up and everything. Isn't that wonderful? It is. Now, we are in the perfect position to launch to intercept orbit, but not actually intercept the space station. That's going to take a little bit of work, but luckily I can do that off camera. But for now, let's go ahead and launch, and we'll get this guy into orbit. Both T. Harvey as well as as well as our module, because our module is of course the most important of the two pieces. Not entirely, but lucky for Harvey, Harvey has an escape route. He really does. And as a matter of fact, well, his escape route is a little incomplete though, unfortunately, but we do have an abort button set up, but it's not perfect. We can work on that if it's needed. I don't think it'll be needed, but in either case, Harvey does have an escape plan. He does have parachutes if they're needed. He does have a safety net from that which is the deadly reentry. So for the most part, apart from a very silly thing on my part killing Mr. Harvey should be fine. So we're just going to go ahead and fly up. Now I should rotate. No, we're not going to rotate the ship. I was going to rotate the ship a little bit, but we have enough fuel in these outer tanks not to have to worry about that. So we're just going to go up. Now again, the reason I use this medium launcher is because I don't even care how heavy this is. The medium launcher works fine. It basically lifts anything. Came up a little bit. Came up a little bit shallow. My bad. But anyway, the medium launcher works. It is an orange tank, and I know I'm like, oh god, orange tanks. But in all actuality, it's not that bad. Orange tanks are just as useful as they are as any other piece of machinery out there. Okay, we're going to spin a little bit so we don't get anything whacked into us. There you go. Everything's just fine. Everything works just fine. You know, it works. It's just when people over-abuse it, I think, is where my brain kind of has a little bit of a hiccup. It's like, you're overusing that. You should not so much. But you know what? Now that Harvey has made it basically to the highest flight point of this flight without any kind of errors or explosions, I think that we're going to go ahead and cut here. And then I'm going to get everything set up to get us into position around the station. And then I will see you guys there, because that's actually a much better place to be. So I will see you guys when we get to the station core and are ready to dock. So I'll see you guys there. Alright everybody, here we are, very near our station core, which is just wonderful. Now I believe this is the correct, yes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure we have fuel in this little guy. We have a teeny tiny tank here, see? And then we're just going to go boop and ditch that. Goodbye, little buddy. Alright, now from here we want to control, we're going to go ahead and say control from here just to make sure we're pointed in the right direction. And now we should have a lot of control with this little teeny tiny guy here, provided I am... Wow, those lights are really bright from out here. That's nice. Now I'm going to use the tweakables a little bit and just adjust our thrust limiter to ensure that I don't overdo this. It's a fun little way of doing this is to make it's basically so you can make sure you're headed in the right direction. And it does work. It worked really well. I was using that on the mainsail. I dropped the mainsail down to about 11 units, and that way you're just not overcooking your engine. You're just not like super hardcore burning your engine. It looks like maybe our SAS module kicked back in. Our station's not flopping about like a fish, which is a good sign. Alright, but what we're going to want to do now is we do want to turn around and go back the other way a little bit, I think, before we crash right into the station. So, so there we are. Not perfect. Now what I want to do is I want to get rid of that little guy right there. That is our main goal. So let us see if we can get ourselves close to a stopped... Okay, okay, that's our forward position, so our reverse position should be exact opposite that, right? So right, okay. Alright, so it looks like we've lost our reverse position, or it assumes we're going so slow we don't need it. I'm not sure which, but because of that, I'm flipping this thing back and forth like, what is going on? Let's just very gently, very gently. I just don't want to get too far away from the ship. That's really my biggest thing. Alright, so the ship does look like the system is rotating just a little bit. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to check with these, and I wanted to say, okay, they're activated. Now, I'm going to quick save really quick while we do this. I'm going to flip to the other vessel. Alright, now can we kick our SAS off and on? Yes, we can. Perfect. Oh, isn't that wonderful? We can kick our SAS off and on. So because we're so close to this guy with this guy, we can do things like this. We can remotely decouple our components. And I think that's what we're going to do. I usually get my Kerbal out to decouple and things like that, but in this case, remotely decoupling using remote tech seems just as legit to me, I think. You guys will have to tell me for future videos if you want more EVAs or not in that regard, but it looks like that won't hit anything if we eject it now. So this is going to go bye-bye. No connection to send... Oh, really? So how come I can control my SAS then? Alright, well apparently that didn't work the way I thought it would, so we are in fact going to have to EVA Harvey. So Harvey, you're going to need to get out, little buddy. I need you to let go and RCS up. Now he's going to lose control a little bit while he tries to get his RCS cleaned up. There he goes. Perfect. Alright, now we have to do this quick because our station is really wobbly and I don't know why, but what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this little guy here. We don't need him anymore. Wow, those things are really bright. I think I'll... Oops, I bumped it. Bumped right into it because I couldn't see my shadow. Alright, so decouple node. Alright, now we do want to bump it, but just like that. Go away. Go away, little station part. You are unwanted. Oop. Using Harvey's head. There you go, Harvey. That's using your head. Alright, so that's going to float out that way and get out of the way. I want to float back up to our ship. I'm going to, while we're up here, I think I'm going to disable one of these lights. These things are just too bright. Too bright. Can I turn it off from here? Can I turn it off from here? Billy, you can't turn it off from outside? I guess that kind of makes sense. Okay, we'll go back inside and I'll disable it from there. We'll have Harvey flip the switch once I can figure out which way Harvey needs to go. Alright, there you go. So much fun. Alright, we got this. We got this. We got no problem. Harvey's a little bit overexcited with his RCS jets, but other than that... Nope. Ooh, Harvey almost lost it. Alright, so the station has, at this point, rolled completely around. I'm going to turn off one of these and see if we can cut back on the... Ah, that's much better. Much better lighting. Alright, so we have a bit of an issue. Let's stage lock so I don't screw this up. Let's go ahead and RCS up, I think. Not staging. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, we're fine. RCS, and we want to do linear. And so this is going to be a little bit weird because we're going to have to chase this port down. And I'm not used to doing that. But we're going to go ahead and do it anyway. And I don't know if this is going to fix the problem or make it worse. I'm hoping it's going to fix the problem. Ooh, that was probably not the brightest thing I could have done. Very close call there. Alright, so rotation is up. And... Alright, there we go. Moving a little fast, Let's go ahead and get into chase cam. Chase cam's our friend. Okay, now we're in chase cam apparently. We weren't before, but now we are. Alright, we want it to tilt back. Like so. And we kind of want this thing a little... Whoa. Flopping all over the place like a fish. Yeah, okay, that kind of worked. A little bit. Okay, and then up, and then forward, right? Okay, so that kind of works. We're still losing it because for whatever reason the ship is just spinning like mad. I don't know why that is. That's kind of an annoyance considering we need to dock with it at this point. Oop, and left. Ah, I missed it. Wait, try again. It's not gonna end well. Alright, and then can we just please get connected? Teeny tiny bit? No, not even a little bit, huh? See, I don't know if there's a bug in the system or what. I'm gonna fast forward time just a teeny tiny bit to try to lock us back into a better position. I usually try not to do that, of course, but the station is wobbling all over the place on its own. There's nothing I can seem to do to fix it. And so because of that, we do just want to get... We do just want to get our dock on. That's that's what we want to do. We just want to get our dock on. And this way... I don't have... Oh, wrong way. I don't have the cam is my problem. Well, it's not a problem. I've actually done this without the cameras before, and it's like, it shouldn't be as hard as it is, but for whatever reason, when you don't have the camera, it's harder. Maybe it's because even though I'm not technically looking at the camera, it's still in the corner of my eye. And so I'm like, docking cam. That should be good enough, right? Oh, there we go. There we go. Boop. Hey, we almost got it straight up and down. Look at that. Nicely done, Harvey. That was all Harvey, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't me. Harvey did all that. All right, now Harvey's not going to stick around. That space junk's going to probably be an issue later on, but we'll do station cleanup later. Station building is an expensive, or is a messy and expensive endeavor. But we got Harvey up here. We got him online. We got the ship online. It looks like we're stable now. Maybe more stable now than we were before. Maybe it's because Harvey's here. Maybe it has something to do with the mechanical brain versus Harvey. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we could just turn SAS off and just let it slide because it doesn't look like we spin or anything. And yeah, it looks like we're good to go. Okay, so that, yeah, all we needed to do was put this on here. There's nothing really for Harvey to do here right now, like, at all. Now all we got to do is a quick save just in case there's a bug or something. Now all we have to do is quick save, decouple, and get out of here. And so we should be able to decouple here. Oop. Is that the only node that was connected? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Decouple. Alright. Is that it? That looks like it's it. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back to docking. RCS on. Linear is fine. We just want to back away. Uh-oh. Ah, see, I was concerned that was going to happen. So it looks like only 2 of them were connected. Only 2 of the 4 were connected. Buggy. A little buggy. Okay, so our station has a minor problem. A minor problem, but we'll fix it. We will fix it. If we can't fix this, well, it works the way it is now. It works fine. 2 is better than 1, I guess. Although, really, wait, is that? Oh, nope. Looks like we have a bit of a buggy bug. If you check that out right there. Yep, bit of a bug. Bit of a teeny tiny bug. Alright. So that's going to make it extremely difficult to do what we want to do. And so because of that, I wonder if we can capture that part. Probably not. Alright, well, let's get Harvey home. I'll consider station cleanup later, because that did not work out anything like I thought it would. That is a big problem with these nodes and everything. They don't decouple properly, and so you end up with things like this. So, kind of a wasted effort. But we did get Harvey up here, and that is a good sign. So let's get Harvey home. Let's get Harvey home. Let's go ahead and rotate ourselves back to here. Let us tee up. And we will absolutely figure out how to get Harvey, or not get Harvey home. We'll figure out how to get this thing to work. Because I really like the design idea, and it looked really cool in the VAB, but unfortunately, if we're just going from 1 to 1, there's no point. It is a pointless design, and that becomes kind of an issue. So, that is a bad, whoop, garbage flying by. That is a bad sign indeed. I could just go out there and clean it up with Harvey, but honestly, not really in the mood. Probably couldn't do it right now anyway, because we'd have to slow its orbit down and everything else, and that becomes kind of an issue. So we're not going to worry about that. We're going to bring Harvey in kind of at a steep angle. Hopefully that's not too steep an angle. It shouldn't be. From 80,000, from 2200 using 1,000 units of ablative shielding. No, Harvey's fine. Harvey will be fine. So what we need to do is we need to turn our SAS off. We need to, not that way, we need to rotate this way. And then we just need to do a couple of really quick cleanup. Whoa, why did that? Why did that? Oh, I see why. Because my hand's in the wrong place. My hand is on the wrong portion of the controls. Alright, we want to do it like this, and then we want to decouple this because it's no longer needed. Bye-bye. Okay, that was a really weird bug, but okay, not really worried about that. And then what we want to do is we want to turn our... Wow, why did that do that? I don't even know why that did that. That was really oddball. Okay, and then and then we want to decouple this one. Okay, so that's really weird that they want to act like that. Okay, not sure why. Not sure at all why that's happening. Why that was happening. That is a really weird. Apparently, I found a bug of some kind, possibly to do with the modifications that we've made in Kerbal Space Program over the last whatevers. Don't know. Hope that's not too big of a. Really? What in the... Yeah, okay, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it if you're cool with it. Apparently, yeah, apparently it's okay. I don't know what exactly what was going on there. It looks like, yeah, we dropped. Like our apoapsis went way up and our periapsis went way down. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but it was like decoupling increased the force like tenfold. Harvey should be okay though, although we are gaining a little bit more speed than I would have liked. Let's go ahead and turn off our SAS unit. There's no reason for it. We'll turn off our RCS. I will have to figure out exactly what that bug is. If it's repeatable or if it's a repeating bug, I don't know. It didn't seem to cause any major issues except for the fact that once we disconnected, we're not debris, are we? Ooh, that's not a good thing. Okay, that might be an issue there. Apparently rename vessel is blank. Oh, and now I can't even close it. Ooh, can I move my camera? Nothing? Escape? Okay, now I've lost control of my keyboard apparently. That might not be a good thing. Ah, major bug! Major bug! Oh wow, and even the math has gone mad. Alright everybody, I'm thinking that this qualifies as huge bug! Huge bug that is unable to be fixed at this time. So I do know that our reload was when we were still connected to the space station. That's kind of a bonus to us, but not a big one. And I don't even think we're... Let's see, I'm going to see if the... Well, it looks like the physics effects are taking over. And I can click on things. Can I deploy? See, the thing is that I can't, like... See, I don't have the ability to deploy. I can't rename my vessel. Right-clicking on the menus don't have buttons anymore. Power? We have power, monopropellant. So yeah, unfortunately, Harvey will die because of a major game-breaking bug. But yeah, we're not going to go ahead and reload, and I'm going to have to figure out what this bug is and repair it before we get Harvey back down. And if we can't get Harvey back down, we will just we'll leave Harvey upstairs and bring the module on its own back down or something, because I don't know how to fix this. But for now, before Harvey dies, I would like to thank you all very much for joining me, 4 kilobytes short, on this Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program, Kerbal Space Adventures, and hopefully in the next video we will be able to get our hands on a correction for Harvey's little predicament. Yeah, so super exciting time. So I will see you guys there.